Hey guys, welcome back to another journal vlog. So y'all, let me tell y'all about this time that I had went to Starbucks. So I had went to Starbucks. Well, I got off work early in the morning, so it's like 6:30 in the morning. I had went to Starbucks with my dad, and I don't go to Starbucks. Like, I'm not a Starbucks person at all. And then once I learned some things about Starbucks, I stopped going to Starbucks. So I had went, and my dad had asked me, like, did I want a sandwich, and or did I want anything. And I said, I'll take a sandwich or whatever. Y'all, when I get off of work, this is no excuse, but when I get off of work, I be starving. Like, cause sometimes I don't eat while I'm at work, and sometimes I do. Y'all, this lash look a hot mess. You hear me? I don't know what happened at work. When I put them on, they was fine, but work must have been rough last night. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I be hungry when I get off of work. So I wasn't thinking, and I said, yeah, I'll take a sandwich. As soon as I got the sandwich and I'm looking at the sandwich in my hand, I was like, why did I get this? I don't eat Starbucks. I shouldn't even be here. It was like I had a feeling that I shouldn't eat it. But I let my hunger take over. And when I got home, I ate that sandwich. I even made me some eggs to go with it. Okay, I tore that sandwich up. That sandwich was real good. But when I went to sleep, I woke up and my stomach was hurting. And I was like, I know why my stomach is hurting, because I shouldn't have had that sandwich. And then, like later on that night, I had got, I felt like something was in my room, like something was messing with me. And it was a spirit, it was a demonic spirit that was messing with me. And it woke me up. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, I know exactly what this is. And so I was like, Lord, forgive me for going to Starbucks. Forgive me for eating the sandwich when I know I shouldn't have went there or whatever, because what is it? Starbucks logo is demonic. I cannot think of the name right now, but I'll put it on the screen. But it's demonic. So because it's demonic, and I know this because I learned this and I found this out. And that was one of the reasons why I stopped going to Starbucks, because I found out what their logo is and what Starbucks represents. And I was like, well, I know this, so I'm not going. But then I let my hunger get in the way, and I went, and then my stomach was hurting, and then I'm dealing with a demonic spirit messing with me or whatever. So when I prayed and I asked the Lord to forgive me, it went away, and I was rebuking it and everything, and I was able to go back to sleep. But the fact that I dealt with that, if I had just listened and done what I know to do, I wouldn't have dealt with that. So when you know something, when God is telling you something, don't ignore it. Don't let your flesh or your hunger or whatever get in the way of what you know God has told you about this place or this thing or whatever it is. Listen to it. Don't ignore it. And that's exactly what I did. And then I had to deal with a demonic spirit messing with me or whatever. Because at first I didn't know what it was, honestly. I didn't know what it was. I just was like, oh, it's another demonic spirit trying to mess with me, so let me rebuke this. But then I had to think about it for a minute, because when I first rebuked it, it wouldn't go away. It still messed with me. And that's when I asked God for forgiveness. Like, dang, Lord, forgive me for going to Starbucks, because that's when I remembered. You just can't be just doing your own thing and just going to these places or whatever. Like, you need to look up the places, the things, the stuff that you bring into your house. You can't just bring anything into your house, because you bring anything from your house and you may be inviting different spirits into your house and don't even know it. But that's a whole nother subject. But I just wanted to say that, like, don't go to Starbucks and be buying Starbucks stuff. Besides, Starbucks coffee is not the best anyway, as far as from what I've heard, because I'm not a coffee drinker. So if I go to Starbucks, it was only for, when I used to go to Starbucks, it was only for the white hot chocolate or some kind of lemonade or something. Like if they, sometimes I would like to try the new lemonades that they had coming out, which I didn't really care for none of them, for real. Like literally, I didn't care about anything from Starbucks. I like their white hot chocolate, but I could get that anywhere and I can make my own. I just did not, I've never been a Starbucks person. I just thought they was way too expensive and they wasn't good. I don't even know. That's why when I think about it, Starbucks, I feel like Starbucks is getting all of this attention and everybody wanting to come is because it's a demonic spirit and it's drawing y'all there. That's literally all it is. It's just drawing y'all in and y'all just loving Starbucks when Starbucks is really not even that good. It's other coffee places out here. I'm pretty sure they have good coffee. The only coffee that I've tried that I love, that I will try again, was some coffee that came from a whole nother country. I tried that coffee and I was like, okay, this is the kind of coffee I would drink if I drunk coffee. But I don't like coffee. It stinks. So I don't even like the smell of coffee. I don't like the taste of coffee. It's disgusting. I don't even know why people drink it, but you know, whatever. But that was it, y'all. I just wanted to tell y'all about that crazy time that I went to Starbucks and dealt with that. But you know, let me tell y'all one more story, because I've dealt with a lot of different spirits or different things messing with me. So let me tell you about this story about this man. He came to the house. He came over here. He came to the door. Not saying I invited him, but he came to the door and he had this like this pad in his hand and it had all my information on it. Like he knew my name before I even told him my name. He knew my name, he knew my business or whatever. And I just got back from Alabama, so I was only back for probably a week, maybe 2 weeks here. And he came and he was very nice or whatever in the beginning, and he had asked me, he was like, "Are you Catherine Gully?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" Or whatever. Like I had the door cracked and the screen door was locked, and he was asking me who I was, and he was like, "I need to see your ID." And I said, "I'm not giving you my ID." I said, "Who are you? I don't even know you." So I asked him who he is, and he put his badge. He had it on a little pen or whatever, and he put it out and he showed me. And I said, "Okay, I still don't know who you are. Like, where'd you come from? Who do you work for? Like, what are you doing here?" And he was like, "I just showed you my ID." I said, "That means nothing. Anybody can come over here with an ID. Who are you?" And he was calling out my information. He was like, "Didn't you just come back from Alabama?" And I was like, "What? How do you know this?" I was like, "Where did you get that information? How do you know what I'm doing or whatever?" And he just kept saying, "I need to see your ID." I was like, "I'm not showing you my ID. I don't know who you are." And he was getting mad when I kept saying that. And he was like, "I showed you my ID." And I was like, "Okay." I said, "I don't know you." So he said it like a few more times or whatever. And I was like, "Okay, I'm about to go." So I'm about to close the door, and he said something. I can't remember what was the last thing he said, because I mean this happened last year, or no, this was 2024 that this happened. And I don't remember the last thing that he said, but as I'm talking to him, I noticed that his eyes, it was getting very big, like I could barely see the white in his eyes. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is a demonic spirit. Like, this is the devil using this man or whatever," because he started to get a little loud. And y'all, I'm literally about to, let me hurry up so I can take this lash off because it's irritating me. But he started getting loud, and they're not mismatched. Like they're same, but for some reason this one is good, but this one look a hot mess. It looked like it's. Let me get off. I keep going back to it, but it's a distraction for me. But he got a little loud, and I was just like, okay, I'm done talking to you because you got my information. You know stuff that you shouldn't know. Like, what are you doing? And then the reason he came over is because I had food stamps at that time. And he had all my information about my food stamps and everything. And I was like, how do you have this information? And anybody who had food stamps or have food stamps, don't nobody come to your house to talk to you about your food stamps or have a whole pad and talking about all your business on there and coming to your house. They're never going to come to your house. So I was like, I don't understand why this man is here. And it was a white guy. And I'm just looking at him straight in his eyes because I noticed that his eyes are getting bigger and bigger. And I'm like, if this man's eyes get any bigger. So he got mad and he stormed off or whatever, and he walked so fast to his car. I mean, he was walking fast, y'all. This man got into his car so quick, and if I was thinking, I would have recorded or took a picture of his car and of him, honestly, just so I can show who this person is. Like, I've never seen this person a day in my life, and I've never seen him again. And I've never had anybody else come to the door. But also because after that happened, the Holy Spirit told me, to get my oil and anoint he said to go around the house and anoint the house, with your oil, and then go outside, because it was in the fall when this happened. So it was a little chilly out, but not too chilly. So he told me to go outside and throw the oil on the front of the house, the front lawn, the sidewalk, the driveway, and the backyard, and then throw it on top of the house. Throw it on the house too, the windows, the doors, on the house, and everything, and just pray. And so I was praying and rebuking and saying, the devil can't come here or whatever. But he definitely told me to anoint the house because that was definitely a demonic spirit. You was used by the devil to come to my house to mess with me and tell me information that you should not know. Like, you shouldn't know anything. So this is why you have to, when God tells you to do something, you need to do it. When God tells you to stay away from something or stop using something or don't, whatever, listen. Because I believe that if I didn't listen, and throw that oil all around and anoint the house and everything, I believe that something else would have came. Something else would have came. And then let me tell you this one last story. I wasn't going to do all three of these stories, but let me just tell you this last story too, because it kind of all go together. So I went to the grocery store. This was my first week back. This was around the same time as this man came to my door. It was, this had to be like the same week. I went to the grocery store with my dad and my stepmom. I went to Myers. And I was getting some groceries or whatever. And I was in a separate aisle. I was in an aisle by myself. And these two black guys came. And they both came to me and was like, give me compliments or whatever. You're pretty, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you, or whatever. But I still kept looking at them because they were behind me. And I don't like people behind me like that. So I turned to the side, still shopping or whatever. And then they were like, so what are you doing here? Are you here by yourself? Why would you ask me if I'm here by myself? And then why would you ask me, what am I doing here? It's a grocery store. Obviously, I'm shopping. You see groceries in my cart. It was a dumb question. Or whatever. And I ain't even answer when they asked me, what am I doing here? I just looked down at my cart and then looked back at them, and I turned back around, just kept shopping. And then when they asked me, are you here by yourself? I looked at him and I said, why would y'all ask me if I'm here by myself? And then there's, oh, no, 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 you know, we just asking or whatever. I'm like, okay. But then I also noticed that they kind of started separating. So one, they wanted me to be right in the middle of them. And so one, he stood here, and then the other one kind of was trying to get on the other side of me. But I seen it, so I moved over because I wanted to see both of them. I didn't want to see one on this side, and no. I wanted to see both of them right there. So I moved over, or whatever, and they looked at each other, or whatever, and I was like, oh, this is demonic. Like, they trying to take me, the devil trying to set me up, like they trying to get me. That's exactly what I was thinking, or whatever. So I said, okay, and so I kind of walking away or whatever, and they standing there, and I was like, why is they standing here? And they kind of just stared at me, and I looked back at them or whatever, because my back was never turned to them. I was like, I'm not turning my back to neither one of y'all, because I don't know y'all. I don't know what y'all gonna do. I'm in this aisle by myself. It's barely anybody in this store. My dad and stepmom, I didn't know where they was in the store. They had to be like, so I don't know where they was. They was somewhere else in the store or whatever. And I can't remember, like I said, this happened in 2024, so I don't remember what they did next. I think they said something else to me, and then they said, all right, well, you have a good night, and they walked away. And as soon as they walked away, I went the opposite way, and I went to go find my dad and my stepmom, because I was like, I don't want to be in no aisles by myself no more. I don't want to be nowhere by myself. I'm ready to go. Okay, so I had found them, and I told my dad what happened. He was like, well, who are they? Where they at? Are they gone? And I was like, I don't know. But then as we kept walking, then we seen them again. I told him, I was like, that's them right there or whatever. And they kind of looked like, oh, she not here by herself. I was like, y'all, I don't know what it was with that week or 2 weeks when I came back. It was just like weird stuff was happening. And I was like, this is why I just be like, pray. I stay prayed up. I make sure I stay in my word, that I'm rebuking the devil and rebuking stuff or whatever, because I ain't got time to play with the devil. Just be obedient to when God tells you not to do anything. Don't let your hunger get in the way. Don't let your flesh get in the way. Be prayed up. When God tells you to anoint the house and different stuff, anoint the house, y'all. When God shows you like these people trying to be careful. Watch your surroundings. Be careful. Like, the devil is always out. It's just, those was just 3 different stories that I just wanted to tell. Like, the devil just be trying. Okay, when I got back, the devil was trying. There's other stuff that happened, but I'm not gonna go into all that, because then I'll be on here forever. But y'all, I can literally tell y'all some stories that will have you like, that's impossible. I have heard some things, I have seen some things that you probably will be like, yeah, right. Yes. Y'all just don't know the stuff that the devil be trying to mess with people with. And he be trying, but I'm covered under the blood of Jesus. So the devil can try it, but it ain't gonna work. So that's it, y'all. I just stay prayed up. Okay, so I will see you guys in my next one. This is, I think, the first my first journal vlog of 2026. So I'm gonna keep them going. I probably will tell y'all some of those stories, but not right now. I think I'm gonna wait and ask the Lord and see if I should tell those stories, because I think some of them, I think it'll scare people. I'm telling you, y'all, some of this stuff I told my uncle, and my uncle was looking at me like I was crazy. And I was like, it really happened. He was like, yeah, right. Like, that's exactly how he was looking at me. So I don't know, but I will see you guys in my next journal vlog. So bye, guys.